Two teams that have combined to win 11 Super Bowl titles. The Steelers and the Niners are underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Mike. Here we go. 180! 55, Mike. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. Sponge, sponge, sponge. No, no, no.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Now a give to Breida. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Man open, it's Goodwin. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Here we go. Mike 80! Check right, check right.
Garoppolo looks to throw. He hits his target. It's the tight end, Torlolo. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 40. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did. Big-time
pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
On the handoff, this is Breida. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And this is Selleck here with a grab. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 more on that one, and another 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. 180! Double tight, double tight. Double tight. 4 down, 4 down.
On 1st down, Garoppolo. That's complete to a speedy wideout, Goodwin. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. Now Roethlisberger. Being checked. And right away, he lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line. So a first-quarter fumble in the rain, and this isn't supposed to let up. They've had flash flood warnings just west of here, so they better get used to this.
And it's hard to do real early in the game because you're so amped up and you're trying to do so much. You've got to get used to it, though. You've got to focus in on the ball, make sure you're taking care of it. That one cost him.
And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Garoppolo. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Stephon Tuitt, the former Notre Dame man, showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. Garoppolo now. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10. First carry for James Conner. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Roethlisberger will hand to Conner. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
It's a gain of 6.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target. And it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Roethlisberger will throw. And McDonald here over the middle. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
That was an okay hookup there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. To throw here, Roethlisberger. But it's brought in by Washington. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 34-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 16 yards, a little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Roethlisberger. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll make it a second down.
Mike 80. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Here we go.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Enough to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down. And Boswell's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
First down team at their own 23-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have, and think back to our meeting with the head coach.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Cameron Hayward in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Deep ball for Goodwin. They've got his man complete. Garoppolo able to find Goodwin for a big one. 41 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. The big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. To throw is Garoppolo. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Cameron Hayward, his 2nd sack of the night.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, now Garoppolo lost the football. They'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it.
And he's going to go down again. Javon Hargrave able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
It's 4th down.
Here we go.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super toe. Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
They go play action here on first down. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Cameron Hayward bringing the pressure yet again. That's his third sack here tonight. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. They'll find Goodwin here on the right side. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Here we go.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Take over first and 10 at their own 7-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's second and 4. Now Roethlisberger to throw. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward.
The Niners take over first and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
Let's go.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. From the 27, Roethlisberger, and they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
Get the ball.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here we go. 180. Watch it, you find. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
They run again with Breida. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now Garoppolo. And able to haul it in is Kittle. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the...
And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Matt Breida, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Gold with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. Mike 56. Mike 56.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And yes, complete to the tight end, McDonald. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. On the left side, it's McDonald. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
12 yards there and a 1st down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Ben to throw again. Buying time to his left. Now Ben hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. And this is going to be 49er football. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Garoppolo looks to throw. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 12 yards there and a first down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the front.
So many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. T.J. Watt in there to drop him, and that is the 7th time tonight that he has gone down. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Here's Garoppolo to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. T.J. Watt, his 2nd sack of the night. For that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. From midfield, here's Garoppolo. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. Well, they'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's 4th down. And for the 2nd time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. D Ford able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. Now it's Roethlisberger. Looking deep downfield. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
11.
Here's a toss right side for Breida. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
20.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go.
1, Omaha. 12.
Six guys.
Once again, they run with Breida on first down. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. A loss of 2 there, second down.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes just a matter of philosophy. Some say run it until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool him on that play.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. That's Vince Williams who gets the sack.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through, and they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the fourth.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right,
throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. On second and a yard, Roethlisberger able to hit his tight end, Grimble. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. With the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Brings up second and 56.
From the 40 now on second down, Roethlisberger. This one complete right side to McDonald. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 39. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Got to be wary of throwing an interception here because the defense knows they're going to get tested deep. That's why they're going to put a couple of extra guys back there to try and prevent that.
Yeah, late in the fourth quarter here, trying to preserve the lead. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on second and 10. Now it's Roethlisberger. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And he finds McDonald. And he's taken down inside the 30. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. James Washington was the intended target. And now it's second down. So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again is Roethlisberger. He's going to let it fly. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there. Hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call. And you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all of that yardage. That would be a big play.
Roethlisberger will throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield and unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the 49ers are going to get the football back. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway, and a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. T.J. Watt in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out. To try again after the sack. Garoppolo over the middle, and he's got Goodwin complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down. Well, Garoppolo's going to throw it. He's going to sling this deep. It's caught inside the 25. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Looking for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Garoppolo again. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Marquise Goodwin there to make the grab. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head.
But that's
the virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. So the victory here for San Francisco, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody. The NFL is on EA Sports, and we are in Silicon Valley at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room, and we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Two teams that have combined to win 11 Super Bowl titles. The Steelers and the Niners are underway. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here we go. 180. 5. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
On first down, Garoppolo. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Javon Hargrave, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. Another try after the first down sack. Garoppolo, and the pressure gets to him again. Cameron Hayward, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here, back-to-back sacks. Well, that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. Garoppolo now. Cameron Hayward able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
As I was watching the play unfold, my eyes immediately went to the referee because I wanted to see, was he going to put those 2 hands over his head and that universal signal for a safety? But it's at the 1-yard line. You know you're playing with fire when you get sacked that close to the goal line.
Here comes the 49ers punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. So a change of possession here on the punt.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll run for the first time with James Conner. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
On 2nd down, Conner looking for space. 3 yards is the pickup, but it leaves them still needing 11 here on 3rd down.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Niners have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. That's caught. The former USC Trojan, Xavier Grimble. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. They'll indeed go for it with Roethlisberger. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
4 down. Check.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Well, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. And it's 3rd and short.
Here we go. 180. Right there in the middle. 55. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. He hits his target. It's the tight end Toilolo. And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23. First time that they called his number tonight, and it gets him a 1st down.
Here we go. Like 80. Check.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Bud Dupree. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
They start the drive with Connor. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. On 2nd down now, it's Connor. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
He was brought down by Jimmy Ward. No gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. We're scoreless after 1. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 3rd down and less than a yard. Big Ben going to take it himself. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, that play seemed well scouted defensively. They collapsed everything inside. Nowhere to go on the quarterback sneak. Now it's going to bring up 4th down.
They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. Here we go on 4th down with Roethlisberger. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll have the 1st down as he's up to about the 18. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. They'll run on 1st down. Connor trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
180. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. I hope you brought your reps because I'm about to take you to school.
Looking to throw on second down. Roethlisberger. And he connects with Vance McDonald. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. On first down, it's Connor. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. On second down, it's Connor. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Like 20.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
Cut. Check three. Switch.
On the counter, it's Connor. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now third down. On third down, Roethlisberger. And McDonald here over the middle. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Come on, baby. Snickers.
On the run is Connor. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Brings up second and 5 at the 30-yard line.
50.
On second down now, it's Connor. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime.
All right, now, white 80.
A reminder coming up at halftime while the two of us head for warmer areas of the press box. We'll be sending you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half. On third down, Connor. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. James Conner, 29 yards, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. So they went to the ground game on third, hoping to pick up the first. They also picked up a touchdown.
Offensive linemen so used in this situation to having to pass block. All right, you're looking at what it is, third down. They don't care that it's third and whatever. They figure they're going to throw the ball. And when you call running play, I think you energize them. I think you juice them up because I haven't met offensive linemen yet that likes to pass block more than they like to run block. And they opened up some nice holes there for him, and he took it to the house.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your...
And now a fumble. The ball's out, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Playing in snow brings so many other factors into the game. It's not just trying to take care of the ball, and we just saw there that that's difficult to do, but just trying to keep your feet and carry out your assignments and make sure you're comfortable while you're out there playing. Are you warm enough in your clothing? A million things going on, but the biggest one, hold on to the ball.
Here's Conner. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
It's our time. It's our time, guys.
Jack 16.
Joker, 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 Joker. Jack 37.
You draw quarter.
Back.
Hey, alert. Flash is on.
On second down, it's Connor, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. And that'll be incomplete as it's knocked away. But a penalty flag is down. So who's this going to be on? So they decline it as that will bring up fourth.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it fourth down.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. To throw is Garoppolo. And Salek here, left side. Now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. From midfield, here's Garoppolo. Throw right side, taken in by Pettis. That goes for a gain of 31. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Not too many breaks ahead according to the radar. More snow on the horizon as we are back underway in half number 2. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Oh, a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now Roethlisberger. Got his man complete over the middle. That's McDonald. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there at a first down.
Mike 59. I'm coming after you.
Easy.
No. Off.
They'll run on first down. Connor. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. Able to hit his tight end, Grimble. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Now Connor. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Again, a run with Connor. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Here's Roethlisberger. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
This will be taken short. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Garoppolo to try again on 2nd down. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 32-yard line. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Here's Garoppolo to throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
What a job by this defense all game long. They've come together and really said, no one's crossing our goal line, and they're definitely not going to start right now.
You can just see the dejection. Feel like nothing is working offensively. On 2nd and 10, Garoppolo. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Garoppolo looks to throw once more. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. T.J. Watt, he's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Cameron Hayward, and this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. It's Connor as they stay on the ground, pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Black 20. Alert, alert.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at their 48-yard line.
56 to Mike. 56.
Black, black.
From just shy of midfield, Roethlisberger. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Stay hot.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Stephon Tuitt in there to get him. That is the 6th time that they have sacked him tonight. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now Garoppolo. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the 3rd quarter.
Here we go, here
An
we go,
incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Garoppolo looks to throw. Complete to the running back, Matt Breida. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Garoppolo. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Garoppolo, perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Garoppolo now. Well, he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th.
Here we go.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Garoppolo going to go on 4th down. And no, it's incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. Now this throw, it's complete. It's Moncrief with it. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Connor. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the 1st. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. On first down, Connor. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. Rush coming, and he's taken down. D Ford, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger.
Check the backer, check the backer.
Roethlisberger will throw. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
It'll be called just a 22-yard punt, certainly not what he wanted.
At their own 45-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 12 yards there and a 1st down. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. Garoppolo on 1st down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Back to the air on 2nd. It's Garoppolo. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Oh, Roethlisberger going to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. And now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So the sack, and now a third and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. Here's Roethlisberger to throw, and he's going to go down again.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. Third and long, why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking, but to me it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that's going to make this a 16-0 ball game. So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
Yeah, and sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. It can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off. He's riding high again.
The Niners take over first down team at their own 23-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Stephon Tuitt, the former Notre Dame man. His second sack of the night. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Here we go.
Mark Barron in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs. Now leads to a third and long. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2 at the 46-yard line.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Roethlisberger going to throw it. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough, but yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys were nails out there.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say good night from Silicon Valley. The NFL on EA Sports is in the Steel City at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the San Francisco 49ers. Two teams that have combined to win 11 Super Bowl titles. The Steelers and the Niners are underway. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. Like 80!
55. Let's go, D. Let's go.
They'll run for the first time here with Matt Breida. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, it didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. He's going to go for a big play down. He's got him in, complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, 78 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
Ready?
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. First carry for the 2018 Pro Bowler, James Conner. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
3 yards on that last run, so here is 2nd and 7 from the 28. Here's Conner. This will go for 5 up to the 33.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Here we go, here we go. Blue 30. 59. Black is third.
They'll try and run for it with Conner. And an alley to run. 30. The 20. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. A big gain there on 3rd and long. 56 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. On 1st and 10 is Conner. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or 2.
At the 13-yard line.
Matt! 180.
59.
Hey, alert, 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 alert! Black is third.
On 2nd down now. It's Connor, and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. T.J. Watt, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. He's going to look deep down the field. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. He's at the 30, 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, 96 yards. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously, your confidence rises in a big way, and you're putting some doubt in their minds.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now a throw out to his fullback is complete, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
Here's the fullback. This is Roosevelt Nix. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Let's face it, you always want a team full of guys who can get you first downs and big plays of all styles, but you've got to have a big man. You can just turn and hand it to, and he can be dependable in picking up first downs.
From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13.
Check 31. Check 30.
Easy, easy.
Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there. So from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
Snickers, 66.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
36.
Pilot, 64. Weak.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And problem spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
On 2nd and 7, Garoppolo. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. T.J. Watt able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
Here we go, here we go.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Now Roethlisberger. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
On 1st down, it's Roethlisberger. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd in inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker. They'll run here with Connor. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another 1st down. They'll run here with Connor. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. They'll try to run it. This is Connor. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now here's Snell. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
Well, that's something of a pick-me-up, but the offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go!
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here we go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Garoppolo finding his tight end Kittle and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
Here we go. 180.
Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. He hits his target. It's the tight end Toilolo. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
He's going to let this one go deep. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mark Barron. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
Alert, alert.
Check. 59.
Greystone, travel.
You got nothing. Alert flare.
Block it, sir.
They start with a give to Connor. And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10.
Check 5.
Mike spot 9.
On 2nd and 9. Roethlisberger. And he connects with Vance McDonald. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Block 80.
I'm coming after you.
Jack 16.
Check. Crunch. Mike 56. Woo-hoo.
Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Intended for Juju Smith-Schuster. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now Roethlisberger. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
56. All right. Here we go. Let's go, D.
Final play of the half. It's Roethlisberger. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so got a man. Touchdown, 49ers. It's Selleck. 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
This fielded at the 2. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A gain there of 30 big ones. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike the 59.
They run with the fullback Nix. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Let's get it. Mike, check.
On 2nd and 11 now. Roethlisberger. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the 1st down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw for him with Roethlisberger. Able to hit his tight end, Grimble. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Fourth down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. They'll run on first down. Connor, a pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
He's brought down at the 31. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 31, Roethlisberger. And he's got his man on the out route.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Roethlisberger coming up with a 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. On first down, it's Connor. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd and 9, Roethlisberger. And he's got it. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. From 10 yards out. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. And he wasn't blocking or running it there. They tossed it to him.
And you remember the good old days when the 49ers were riding roughshod in the league? They used their pullback and pass plays all the time. Roger Craig, Tom Rathman, those guys were terrific at running these types of plays.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
On first down, here's Breida. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Goodwin able to haul it in. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
First down.
Garoppolo gives to Breida, and he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Here we go. Ready?
Let's go, D.
Set hot.
On 2nd and 12, Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I remember a coach told me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL.
Here we go.
Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. Throw left side, caught by Goodwin. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 17-yard line. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. They come out here in the eye. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. When you talk about a battle being won in the trenches, that touchdown right there, a lot of credit to the offensive linemen.
Yeah, when you watch them surge across the front, they really created great space for the runner to get in.
Gold able to tack on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
We got 4. Check.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd and 9, Roethlisberger. And his throw is incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Here's Roethlisberger. And he finds McDonald. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 44-yard line. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Roethlisberger over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Complete to Washington. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Now it's Roethlisberger. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
And look at this. For the second straight play, the 49er defense drops him for a loss. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
It's now 4th down.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Let's go. Let's bring it.
They're going on 4th down. It's Roethlisberger. Washington with a catch, middle of the field. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
We got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep running.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. This will be caught just inside the 10. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Second and 5 at the 7-yard line.
Mike 56. Mike.
Quarter.
Let's go.
To throw again on second down. Roethlisberger to the goal line, but it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
77.
To throw again is Roethlisberger. This is caught, and he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right. And if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. They fights him off. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Cameron Hayward just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Now Garoppolo. Deep ball for Goodwin. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Sean Davis with a pick. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. It's a gain of 35. Roethlisberger will throw. And that is caught. Touchdown. And they're an extra point away from taking the lead here in the final minute. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Here we go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. They run again with Breida. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. The Niners on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. On 3rd down, a run from Breida. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. 1 possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 10. Play action. Now Roethlisberger. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. This defense looking impenetrable now. 3 straight incompletions. They're giving him nowhere to go with the football. Maybe a little frustrated back there?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. When you've missed on 3 straight, there's going to be some frustration. But now he's got to make sure that that frustration is temporary, not lingering. Big throw coming up.
Watch the slant.
4th down. Here's Roethlisberger. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
These guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. The clock cannot be stopped here. Defense can't do anything. So kneel it down, take it home.
No doubt about it. It's what you practice for in winning situations each and every week. Victory formation. Take a knee and go on into the locker room and celebrate.
Call it a victory.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180! Come on now, come on now.
Well, Garoppolo's going to throw it. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. So the victory here for San Francisco. And I tell you, this was a fun one. Just a close game. Nothing comes easy in this league, as you know. They had to work for that victory.
I've got to go back to what you just said. Nothing comes easy in this league. How many times have we talked to coaches prior to a game and assessed, the strengths, the weaknesses, the whole deal? Even in games when one coach was a decided favorite, what do they always say to us? But you do know this is really a 7-point league. 7 points either way usually decides a ball game. We had exactly that in this one.
And not only that, but this is a gutsy road victory, one they can hang their hat on. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we sign off from Heinz Field.